be YouTube first. So, um, I normally go live on Facebook. Um, well, I shouldn't say normally. I don't even like Facebook. Like the last week, I tried to go live on Facebook in the morning. It has not really worked well for me. Technically, I get more views there than I get on YouTube. However, I just don't like the Facebook platform. And yeah, it's just, yeah. So I'm up, I'm walking. It's 7 something in the morning. Feels pretty, feeling pretty shitty today. Let me go in front with you. Feeling pretty shitty today. So yesterday we had these dollar days um for my business team, and basically what it is that you can sign up for our team with just $1. And I was posting. And the hard thing about it is, I don't know if you are watching this, like, hats off to you, because people don't really watch my stuff on any platform, and it's just depressing. It's really depressing. It's really depressing to me from, I mean, majorly a business standpoint, that I don't know how to fix this problem. I don't know how to make people care about me. And this extends outside of business, but I think going forward, just because, like, just to make business work, I would need to make people care about me, or like want to support me, or want to help me. And that's the thing, like, it's rough. It's just rough. I don't know if I will ever be good at something like that. Like, and that really scares me into the I'm really into looking ahead and trying to um like see where things are going so I can best prepare myself. However, that does not always work out as well as I would like for it to. And yeah, it just doesn't. It doesn't. I don't know what to do. Like, I think with society, we have this thing of, we want people to feel special and optimistic. Like, I was literally watching this video yesterday about this guy who was be like, like the financial situation in America. He's like, because there is people are way less optimistic than they were like 10 years ago about us it improving. And it's maybe about like 50% of the people who were optimistic 10 years ago are not optimistic now about it. They're very pessimistic. They don't have a positive outlook on things. They don't think things are going to get any better. And he was like, it's just so crushing. I'm like, dude, you all lied to us for most of our lives, and we're seeing the truth. That's really what the shit is. Like, that is 100% just what it is. People have lied to us our whole lives, and now we're seeing the truth. People my age, people who were born in the 90s, people who were born in the 2000s, people who were sold dreams that, like, okay, if you just work hard and do this, or whatever, like, it's like, pick yourselves up. The freaking Republican people will say, pick yourselves up by the bootstraps, or whatever fucking bullshit they say. And it's like, we've been doing that, and it doesn't do anything. So no. Like, I'm literally, like, when I entered the workforce, I entered I basically knew I was going to need to have more than one job, because I'm that person. I do the research, I look things up, blah, 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 blah. And so I did. I got, and I've been rocking with 2 jobs for a long time now. 2 jobs, shuffling in and out of side hustles. And it's just, not it. It's not it. I don't know what to say. Like it doesn't work. You know. I mean, at a certain point, you can get all the jobs you want to. You can get all the experience you want, but that doesn't equal you getting a better paycheck. And when I started doing, I went into business for myself in 2020. I thought about it for such a long time, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go do it. That has not been working out well for me at all. And now it's just, it's rough. Coming up next month here, I will technically have 4 jobs, and it's still not enough to do anything. One would be my company, which if you go to the link in the description box below, you'll see my website bookings. Generally, it is services. The majority of them are tarot readings. Um, I wanted to have other services simply because of the way people react to me personally, which I think is more the problem than anything else, and more the reason why I am defeated. So I wanted to do a coaching, well, not really a coaching. It was kind of like therapy, like a vent session. Like if you needed someone to vent to, you know, throw me some money and I'll just listen to whatever it is you got to say without judgment, you know. And that's, I mean, that's basically a lot of what a therapist does, even though I'm not a licensed therapist. Don't really think I'm going to do that because I don't see how, yeah, it just doesn't work out for me. And the only reason why I even wanted to do that as a service is because when people, I don't have friends. So, like, I get people who call me and want to complain to me about their life. Like, that to me is not a friend. I'm just going to be real. Like, that's not a friend. Like, it's not a friend if the only time we talk is if you want to call to complain to somebody and you want someone to listen to them. Like, I get that some people think that is friendship. To me, that's not friendship. That's you needing a therapist and I needing to get a check because I'm already basically being your therapist, even though I'm not your therapist. So it's just, yeah, it's rough. So there's that. I sell insurance. Right now, I'm not doing life, just Medicaid, or excuse me, not Medicaid, Medicare. I was doing life insurance, and honestly, almost every other sales experience I've had since then has been not that different. The biggest difference with the life insurance versus selling anything else is that it was a good, 2 hours every customer before people even said yes, and then even there it was like you got to it's a heavily life insurance is a heavily customized product. um and I feel like that's the reason why people would have said yes, but I'm not. I'm thinking more mass market when I think about business. I think more, okay, how can I just put, you know um how can I be the company that has this generic shirt in Walmart that people buy for like 10, $15, and they don't really think about it, don't really care, and I'm still getting the money. That's kind of me. That's where I sit. I'm not the type of person who is trying to be, top salesman of the year, blah, 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 get all the fame and glory. I just need to have a paycheck. And it sucks. It sucks because I'm not good at it. I will admit it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. I'm not good at business. I'm not good at sales. I'm not. I've done it for years now, and I'm just not good. Like I have not improved, and that bothers me. If anything, much like this YouTube channel and all the other YouTube channels I've started, the longer I do something, the worse it becomes. And that is absolutely terrifying. And I don't really know how to fix that. But that really does bother me. Like, I don't know. I think I might be cursed. And I just don't know. I really don't know. Looking out, things are not going to get better. Um, you know, people talk about it was so funny. Like I was reading this article about the economy and how they were trying to like give it a shape to letters, and it's interesting because everybody has their own view of the economy based on who they're around. You know, uh, a lot of people who were in control of that, a lot of people who were in control of that, a lot of people who are, who want the economy to be a certain way, they stack it for themselves and for the people who are around them and, say screw everybody else. Point being is that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, and the the longer this goes on, the harder it is to become a rich person, or at least even just break through the ceiling where you're rich enough that you can be a rich getting richer every day versus a poor getting poorer every day. It just sucks because I'm like, okay, so clearly I know what side I'm on. I'm not on the rich getting richer side. I wish I was. I really do. I wish I was. I wish I was on the rich getting richer side, but I'm not. And I do so many different things. I'm trying to do so many different things to break out of it, and none of it seems to really get anywhere or do anything. And it's like the harder I try, the more it doesn't do that. And even worse is that I will see people who I don't like to compare myself to people, but it happens. As a human being, it happens. But like, I would see people who can turn around and do the very same thing I'm doing and get customers like it's nothing. And I know it has to be me. It has to be something wrong with me. It has to be something. And the thing about it is, it's so like I need like honest people. I don't know. I really need to change my social circle. And I have known that my whole life, and I've tried to do that my whole life. And worst part of that is when I find people in a different social circle, it doesn't turn, I mean, yes, it turns out different in like little nuances, but ultimately it turns out to being the same way, in which it's not a circle for me. And I don't know where I fit in anywhere. And it's like, I feel like I have products that will fit in somewhere, but because I don't fit in anywhere, nobody cares. Like, I don't think that I make things that people hate or anything like that. I don't think I'm like, I don't know. And then there's things that people buy and use even if they hate it anyway. Like, I don't know. I'm a business owner and I am bad at business. And that is just the worst. And what's even worse is that moving forward, I feel like if I don't break that ceiling soon, um, you know, like basically from my research, if I don't break that ceiling soon, I'm not going to break that ceiling, because as time goes on, that ceiling gets higher and higher. You know, like, guess, you go get another job that makes more money, but by the time you've got another job that makes more money, everything around you costs more. So it's like that ceiling is just getting higher, and it's harder because I'm not tapped out in my market as far as like that my earning potential, because I did see some jobs that I am definitely qualified to do that make more money than I'm gonna have to apply for. But it's just, it sucks. It sucks, like, when the truth of the matter is that everything is this way by design and not by accident. You know, I'm not one of the people who, I'm not a rich person. So by design, I'm not supposed to be a rich person unless I somehow break the matrix type thing. And I don't know how to break the matrix, yo. Like, I'm one of those people who I feel like I can see the matrix type thing. Like, I see the bullshit going on. However, I really can't do anything about it. Not because I don't want to, not because I don't have the ability. It's simply because, like, to do something about a lot of this shit takes more than one person, and I literally do not have more than one person. It is literally just me. And we were sold the dream for so many years, blah, 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 blah. You can do anything, put your mind to it, this is that. And even worse, even worse, I was raised by a boomer. And if anybody knows any type of financial or American history at all, the times when the boomers grew up was basically like kind of the golden age for America in a sense, because they got everything. There were so many people, they had to like change rules for how many people there were. And now that people are dying, it's like we need to really, and again, boomers, like people who are in their 70s, 80s, 60s, so it's been like that long, and a lot of these uh, rules and laws that we have in America are operating off of that fact, off of those types of people. We don't have anything new. And I just feel like that's just so disgusting. Like, I think at least maybe 20 years, maybe at the longest, maybe 20 years. Like, every 20 years, there should be, we should be throwing out stuff and replacing it with brand new stuff as far as for laws and things like that go. Will they be much of the same laws? Do we want to keep the same fundamentals? Maybe, possibly. But the point is, after like 20 years, enough has changed to the point where you can really make that decision and not have it be, whatever. Like, um, on this channel, even though I didn't want it to be on this channel, it's supposed to be my podcast channel. I read the debt ceiling bill, the Fiscal Responsibility Act, and a lot of that stuff was like small amendments to a very, very old document. And I think that's the thing that bothers me the most, is that so much of what we do is just like patches. America lives off of patching something. And if any of you have ever got a car or a motorcycle or anything with a tire, and you got a hole in it or a nail in it or something, patching only works for so long. And I feel like we've, instead of 20 years and every year kind of redoing and patching for the year, we do a patch like every 20 years. And then another 20 years we do another patch. And another 20 years we do another patch. So before any real change happens, most of us are dead and gone, and we have to expect, you know, a new generation who already is like in a hole they can't crawl out of. And it's sad. Eventually it's going to be, a complete reversion. Not now, clearly. And that's what a lot of people are like, oh, well, whatever. It's not really going to bother me today, so I don't really care. It's just rough. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just rough. But I normally do this on my walk. Still walking. I walk about 3 miles a day. Um, I will see if I can upload those lives from Facebook onto YouTube. Because generally, I know people don't watch my YouTube, but I would prefer to have the content on YouTube. As crazy as that sounds, even though I do get more views on Facebook, it's still better to me just to have the content on YouTube. I like YouTube better. Facebook is just full of people who I don't even like. Hi, good morning. So, yeah. I will stream again eventually. And if any of you watch to the end of this, thank you. You're really, really nice, and you deserve like a cookie or something. Go eat a cookie. Okay, bye.